Hey everybody, it's Jordan here from SmartPhone, and I want to take just a few minutes to answer some of the most frequently asked questions we get about billing. Let's take a look. Yes, of course, the free trial is really free. When you sign up for a free trial, we activate you for 30 days without needing to pay for a subscription. And to help you test the system, we load up your account with $7 of free credit, more than enough to let you buy a number and test away. Of course, your free trial is limited, and those limitations are clearly displayed on the screen on your dashboard. At any time, you can remove those limitations by activating your subscription. In order to access SmartPhone, you need a subscription, and there are 3 levels to this: SmartPhone Standard, SmartPhone Pro, and SmartPhone Enterprise. I'm going to focus on the first 2, SmartPhone Standard and SmartPhone Pro. SmartPhone Standard is $50 a month or $500 a year. SmartPhone Pro is $100 a month or $1,000 a year. And on top of those, you will need to create a smartphone balance, so load credit into your system, which is used to pay for your phone calls, your text messages, your recordings, and your numbers on a monthly basis. And as you use it, your balance will be deducted, meaning that you'll have to top up on a regular basis depending on your usage. For SmartPhone Pro, Standard, and Smart Dialer, your calls are deducted from your balance. So your subscriptions give you access to the system, but you are going to need to keep a balance in the system in order to pay for your usage. We do this to ensure that you are only paying for what you use and not arbitrarily paying a usage fee per user, regardless of the level of calling or texting that they do. No, you can't have access to Smart Dialer without first having a smartphone subscription. You need that in order to log in and access and be able to purchase your Smart Dialer plans and upgrade your seats. It's all about call volumes. The single line dialer will dial one number at a time. You can load up a list, click start, and it'll dial number by number. The multi-line dialer allows you to set up to 4 lines. That means you'll be able to call 4 numbers at once, ensuring you can more rapidly go through your lists and make sure that you are maximizing the time that your agents spend making calls. You have to top up your account in order to pay for your usage of smartphone on a monthly basis. So that means your phone numbers, the calls you make, text messages, recordings, anything that is transactional. We do this to make sure that you only pay for what you use, and that balance that you keep is distributed across all of your users in your system. That means that people who only use the system a little only pay for what they use, and people who use the system a lot pay for what they use. We feel it is the most fair method of charging that we could do. Well, that's a great question, and the honest truth is it depends. I speak to people all the time asking me this question, and they cite other competitors of ours and how they have a inclusive 500 minutes here, or they pay a user fee and get all-inclusive calling. And the honest truth is, depending on your situation, will depend on whether we work out at a more cost-effective option or a more expensive option. It's a case-by-case basis. But I can tell you this, that SmartPhone aims at being the best system for you. It aims at being the most integrated system for you, and it aims at being the smartest and most comprehensive system for you. And for me, the benefits alone far outweigh any sort of price comparison. But just to make sure that you are always aware, we give you access to all your logs in SmartPhone, where you can see per call, per text, exactly what you're spending on, so you have the power to make your decisions. Of course, we never want to lock you in to any sort of long-term plan if you don't want it. And if you have accidentally subscribed to an annual fee, we will always talk to you and look at ways of making sure we can transfer that over to a monthly, either by giving you call credit that you can use to make your calls on a monthly basis, or in limited circumstances offering a percentage refund on your subscription and converting you to monthly. Whether you buy your number directly in smartphone or you are porting a number over from another provider, we charge a monthly fee for all numbers held in smartphone. And that fee is scalable depending on the amount of numbers that you have in your system. And of course, people who have Smartphone Pro automatically benefit from 5 free US or Canada local numbers. So that's a deduction of $25 each month based on having 5 numbers or more in your system. We get a lot of questions about enterprise accounts. The truth is that enterprise accounts are about volume. That means volume of users and volume of usage. On balance, our enterprise accounts start at 100,000 minutes per month. So if you're not doing close to that volume, chances are Smartphone Pro will be the best plan for you. If you are, please reach out either via our website or via the live chat, and let's have a talk about how we can bring Smartphone Enterprise to you. When we first set Smartphone up, we thought long and hard about what would be the fairest and most transparent pricing we could offer our customers. And for us, it's very simple. Charge subscription and then charge exactly what people are using. That makes sure that we can continue to develop and grow the amazing capabilities of smartphone, and you can know exactly what you're using at all times. We've never been a fan of making you pay an inflated price per user on the assumption that maybe you'll use the usage. So for instance, you could be paying $25 a month per user and get 100 or 1,000 minutes a month. But what if that user really only uses the phone occasionally? You're paying a lot of money for nothing. Our belief is you should see exactly what you're paying, you should see the cost of every call and text, and you should only pay for what you use. And that's the model that Smartphone has been built off of. Sales tax may be applied based on the region you're in. So what you may find is that as you use smartphone and as our smartphone system grows across both the States and the world, we will be applying sales tax as we qualify for certain thresholds. So there's no question that if you're not paying sales tax on smartphone right now, you may in the future, and that is all depending on the various tax rules in your local state or country. If your smartphone account goes into the negative, i.e. the balance you've loaded up goes into negative and you haven't topped up in time, then your smartphone account is paused. It is put on hold until you top up into a positive balance. Now, the best way to make sure that never happens is to enable our auto top up. That means that you can set a level that if your smartphone account gets to, it will automatically top you up to another level. So if you're doing a lot of calls, you may say, when my account gets down to $20, top me up to $100. And that makes sure that you never have to worry about going into negative and never have to worry about your account being put on pause until you can top back up. Yes, if you choose to cancel your smartphone account, you will lose any numbers in there. So please do make sure if you ever decide to leave us that you initiate a porting of those numbers first and successfully take them over to a new provider before you leave. Of course, we prefer that you stay, and if you're not happy with how Smartphone is working out for your organization, please do contact us via the live chat so that we can help you out and get the most out of Smartphone. Smartphone's refund policy is very clearly outlined on the website, inside of Smartphone's web application, and on our Podio workspace home. And the refund policy is very simple, and that is we do not offer refunds on any subscriptions or top-up payments. One possible exception, and this is on a case-by-case basis, is if you have subscribed for a year and you want to go to a monthly, we will talk to you about potentially refunding some of your payment so that you can activate a monthly subscription.